Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's check out Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remaster running on Nintendo Switch 2. And we're actually just going to check out Soul Reaver 1, and maybe we'll go back to and look at Soul Reaver 2 at some other time. But yeah, let's check this the first game out. Okay, what do we got on here? It's all fine.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Kain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Kain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to weave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my Soul Reaver, my angel of death.
Yeah, I never actually have played this game. I didn't play the PlayStation original. I think I bought the game when it came on Dreamcast, but the Dreamcast one had a number of issues, even though it improved the visuals dramatically.
Twist space, laying a path across great spans.
And unfortunately, the Dreamcast, well, I mean, Sega made the really odd decision not to standardize their controls, to compete with the other competitors, mainly the PlayStation. So they had just one set of trigger buttons instead of the two sets that we're used to and have grown accustomed to nowadays. I mean, that also hurt the GameCube when that came out too. With its it's 3 top buttons instead of 4. Hurt the conversion process, hurt everything.
Raziel, when you are ready, this barrier will be dissolved.
Yeah, super odd decision by Sega. I mean, certainly not the only reason that the Dreamcast didn't make it, but it really didn't help when versions of things like this came out, and they really had to futz with the control scheme. So I never really ended up playing very much of this game. In fact, I think this is about the most that I have played of this game. So since this game is now on sale, along with the collection of Tomb Raider games, I figured I would take the plunge and finally check this out.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies. Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Oh, not following instructions.
What scabrous wretches are these?
Shua, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
Are you kidding me? What? Okay, well, that's got some weird control issues. I mean, you know, the original game was like this too.
Are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time. Sustain your strength to prolong your manifestation in the physical world. If you fail to feed or absorb too many wounds, this fragile matter will dissolve. Raziel, you still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
What are these creatures?
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul-scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow. Objects are mere shadows in the spectral realm, frozen and immovable.
What now?
Physical prowess surpasses what you knew in life. Even massive obstacles can be moved effortlessly.
sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
I know, they're not really good indicators of when they're vulnerable. Boy, this has not aged well. Like, the control is so awkward. There only aren't enough places to execute your foes. Oh, hey, Metal Wolf. Okay, well, no point in fighting if there's no place for me to eliminate you.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Yeah, the voice acting is still top notch, but I'll tell you, this gameplay is very awkward. Like, there have been a lot of improvements to, you know, animation and like the physics of moving that have gone on since this game has been released, you know, so many years ago. And this is definitely from the age of when combat was just a function, you know, wasn't like a whole lot of work put into how fun the combat would be. It just exists as a thing, and it's still incredibly awkward. I know there aren't like chain combos or anything like that. It reminds me a lot of when we went back and played Nightmare Creatures. You know how really terrible that game felt, but at the time it was fine. That was just how action games were. But here it's like, this is not that acceptable. Yeah, you can dodge. Oh, okay. Apparently you get a little bit of that pink blood to let you know that you can potentially throw a foe. But yeah, I mean, I can't say this feels really good to play. Again, it's not really a fault of the remastering process. I mean, this game plays and runs better than it ever could have. But the actual game is, it needs some work. This is where a remake would be more appropriate for this game.
Excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
All this stuff just hangs out while I toss this friend around here. like the world is cool, and I think the story is cool. Well, boy, this gameplay, it's very stiff. You know, the camera acts super weird. It does look good. It does look good, though. I mean, it does remind me of, you know, the first time I saw the Dreamcast version. I was like, wow, this game looks really good. You know, if a little awkward compared to the other games on the Dreamcast. I know, I just wanted to throw that thing. I just wanted to throw it, but it just would not let go of my hand. It's funny. I used to think that Shadow Man was the lesser of these two games, because I mean, Shadow Man came out a bit after this game, but at least I think it did. But now that I've played both of these remasters, I mean, Shadow Man is looking pretty good. At least the combat in that game. You know, while it's incredibly simple, it doesn't feel like mashy, you know, because you're mainly just shooting things from a distance in that game. But here, it doesn't feel like the fighting is very comprehensive, and the AI is kind of brain dead. Yeah, I mean, this was like the premier action title for its time, but now it feels very janky. As that our standards for action games have, I mean, they've increased dramatically, dramatically since this game, you know, was a thing.
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
And Raziel's such a snob. He's such a hater. For good enough reasons, I suppose, you know? Like, I was holding that button down, and still... somehow I just picked him up and threw him. I'm almost kind of frightened to see Legacy of Kain or Soul Reaver 2. Like, I remember Soul Reaver 2 not being a significantly, well, not even being a good game, quite frankly. I guess we'll see it later. Maybe we'll try playing it tomorrow. You know, maybe that game has aged better than this game. But yeah, I'm surprised at how little I think of this game right now. Hello? I mean, what was he doing there? You don't even talk to him. He's just standing there.
This bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted?
Still that dialogue and that voice acting, top notch.
Of my high-born brother. Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
I mean, this is still cool. Well, he kind of jams his claws into there.
My brother Melchiah was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Kain's gift. Although immortal, his soul could not sustain the flesh, which retained much of its previous human frailty. This weakness, it seemed, was passed on to his offspring. Their fragile skins barely contained the underlying decay.
It's weird that these enemies even approach you, considering how simple their patterns are, how simple the fighting is. At least for these initial couple enemies. I mean, the dodging, I guess, is a little bit more of a factor later, but right now it is not. Boy, this auto camera is it feels like it fights you more than it helps you. I mean, why am I looking up right now? whoops. Yeah, the platforming does not feel good. It's got a weird habit of just coming to a dead stop. God. Look at this camera. It's so bad. Ugh. But, PlayStation 1 era, it's just, it's not going to be super sophisticated. And this is just remastered, it's not a remake. Although it desperately needs to be remade. Sticking to this Origins, sometimes it's not a good idea. Come back here. Where are you going? See, I don't think the remaster does give you a map. Although the map is not super duper helpful. Still has the same sort of draw distance too. That's a little surprising that they didn't increase that. I said it's so awkward. And to do the soul sucking, like, your feet have to be completely still. So you basically have to, you know, plant your feet, then hit the button. Like if you're hitting the button while you're moving even just a little bit, then it, you know, it sets you to a stop, and then you know, pull down your cowl. I wouldn't say that's a deal. No. Come on, go over there. Why are you guys following me? What's the point of them even being there? Okay.
Beware, Raziel. These wraiths are vampire spirits, fettered too long in the spectral realm. When their vampire natures adapt to this plane, they become eaters of souls. Do not allow these spirits to re-inhabit their corpses.
Oh. Come on, just a little tap, please. Thank you. Wow, this camera is not doing the game any favors either. Why do I want that there? Let's see, we want to move the stone, but why do we want to move it? And where does it need to go exactly? Nah, definitely old style gameplay. It's like, what do I do? I don't know. No idea. Okay. Okay, did I really change anything? I mean, not really. Okay, help me on the camera. So we've got that up there. I need to get back up there if I'm going to do this. Need another block here. Is there a block for me to push anywhere? Doesn't seem like it. Huh. Can I climb up with anything? No? Am I stuck here? Would be weird if I would just be stuck here. Although not uncommon in a game from this era. PlayStation 1 era, where you just make one wrong move and then you're just completely stuck. Okay. I thought it was just... I thought I could just flip it over. I mean, I need to go over there. I did it the one time and now I can't do it. Doesn't need to go down there, I guess? I don't know. Oops. Okay. It can only be done in a certain place. Nice. again, you have to stand in a certain spot. Oh, okay. Okay, well, why don't we stop it there? This is meowmurai. You've been watching Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1, Remastered, running on Nintendo Switch 2. Boy, I tell you, this is, it's kind of hard to play. The combat really stinks. The camera really stinks. The controls are not ideal, right? They're not super responsive. But this is not really the fault of the remaster. It's just how the original game was. You know, if you have fond memories of this game, I probably wouldn't play this then, and just keep those memories in your head, because actually playing this game, I think you may think differently of it, and you know, maybe it gets like really, really good later on, but this is one that you have to love in order to play. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.